when I did this stone, really didn't use a whole lot of tools. A little bit of diamond saw at the beginning, and I didn't like the way it was handling the stone. The stone was a little too crumbly. One side was probably sawed a little hard when it came, so one face particular, the edges were all breaking, and so I just put the saw down. I did almost everything on this stone with a couple of couture hand machines, small 3/4 and 1 inch, and then a point and a small clawed tool, a chiseled carbide, and a couple of flats, and that was 99% of the carving. So, and just used a straight edge and a typical ruler that we use. This one's getting a little worn out, but still works pretty good. Tri-square to set my depths, and then for braiding it, I did a few blocks and for certain details, and then went ahead and moved on and just did stones. And these are this is just an old grindstone that you cut, saw it into dimension, and then you keep it honed in shape. And then these obviously are other pieces of worn out, exhausted green wheel from the carbide. They work really well on marble, and so you keep everything until there's nothing left and just use it up. So, but it's you can really, and the difference in carving marble versus carving granite is that I spent about 3 weeks of labor hours on this stone. I sharpened this carbide 3.5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and I carved the whole job. And it's just as sharp now as when I sharpened it. And when you carve granite, your tool lasts about 3 to 5 minutes, and then you have to resharpen it. So you'll exhaust one of these tools in 1 to 2 hours if you keep it sharp. And so there's a big difference. But marble's fast to cut, and then it's slow to finish, where granite you'll end up carving in the whole job with the chisel, finishing it with the chisel. It's very rare that you'll hone it by hand to finish a carving. That's not how we normally do it. We don't polish carved surfaces. That's just not what we do. So, but it's with the marble, you have to carve to within a certain dimension of the finish, and then you have to, without bruising it or stunning it, and then you have to finish it with abrasives to take it down to that final surface. So it's a different process. You end up with about the same number of man hours, labor hours in the job as you do with granite. It's just a very different process. And if you're not familiar with the different media, it's very easy to push through marble if you hit it like granite, or to to never carve granite if you used to carve in marble, because it's so much harder.